Hello everyone, I'm Sora. Today I'll introduce about regionalism. Firstly, I'll introduce my research question. My research question is why is urban versus rural regionalism causing conflict amongst people in Japan, and to what extent are students and workers from urban centers abusive towards citizens from the countryside? The explanation for my research question is in Japan, lots of companies are identifying where they're from and where they live. Also in school, especially in the countryside, students sometimes bully other students when they're from Tokyo or any other cities that are urban. Now, I'll explain what are the reasons of causing regionalism. There are mainly three big factors that cause regionalism. The first factor is an accent or a language. The accent, especially their pronunciation, and their original words. An example in Japan is that people who are from Tokyo often cannot understand people who are from Okinawa due to their accents and original words. In the past, until about 150 years ago, Okinawa was under a kingdom called Ryukyu, which vanished because of the emperor in Japan. In the past, until about 150 years ago, Japan was not Japan, which means that there was no government, and the island was filled with more than 50 states and had an original system of government. Therefore, they have accents by each region because there was no public language. The second factor is culture. The reason is the same as the accent. Also, where they are located have different cultures when the prefecture is not facing the ocean. For example, people people who live in a prefecture that doesn't face ocean, they don't eat fish and eat meat rather than fish. The last factor is region. In Japan, most people have the same region, so it's not a big factor in Japan, but in the world there are lots of regions within a single country, such as Singapore. Now I'll explain how does regionalism hurt human. There are two ways, mainly two ways. The first way is direct harm. An example of this is when a person who is from an urban goes to rural school, they usually get bullied because they have different habits. The second way is indirect harm. An example of this is when a person who is from urban becomes a politician or a leader of their state, they get prioritized urban rather than rural, so rural people get fewer advantages than urban ones. Now I'll explain when the regionalism has started. Regionalism originated during World War II and has gradually evolved through the Cold War period and post-Cold War, which is the 1930s to 1950s. These are the what, when, and how regionalism has occurred. Regionalism sometimes can be good in some point. However, in my opinion, regionalism should be eliminated. Thank you so much for listening and watching my video.